Good news is there's only 3 choices: file, act, or toss. File means I don't know if I'll ever need it, but I'm afraid to throw it away. Act means the ball's in my court. And finally, toss, well, what's the worst possible thing that would happen if you didn't have it?
Barbara, sounds very simple, but I would think most people with messy desks would simply say, I don't have time to organize.
Well, Alan, that's really true, and I think the issue isn't a messy desk. The issue is, can you find what you need? And in this day and age, one of the issues is if you don't show up for work and somebody else has to find what you have, can they do it? And we've never taught people how to do that. Our company works on training people how to organize their workspace so that that intellectual property is available to anyone in the company who needs it. Research shows the average worker spends 150 hours a year looking for misplaced information. That costs money.
Even people who say, oh yeah, I know where everything is in this mess, they're sort of fooling themselves?
Well, sometimes they may know, but the real question is what happens if they're not. And with all the downsizing that's going on in the transition, there's so many instances of where one person in the company leaves and they leave behind a bunch of stuff. And one of the questions is when someone leaves your company, are they taking intellectual property with you that should stay with the company?
Barbara, okay, so you've got that 3-step process. How do you get people to actually implement?
Well, one of the issues, my experience is that there are 3 reasons that people don't do it. One is that they don't have the time. So management needs to ensure that people do have the time, and we've developed some things that make that possible. For example, one of the things we do is a file clean-out day, which everybody's required to participate in, and we turn it into an event that really works. And one company with 48 people had recycling bins, 23 of them full at the end of one day. Second is people don't know how to do it, so we offer training programs to teach people how to decide what they should keep and what they should throw away. And 3 is people don't maintain the systems that they set up, and often that's because they don't have the right tools. And so we work with companies to help them develop the kinds of tools that they need to make sure that the decision-making is implemented on an ongoing basis.
Barbara, hi. I've never been happier to have somebody on such as yourself. And not that I need it, of course, but are people becoming more productive? Are they cleaning their desks more? Is there I mean, Alan Greenspan talks about productivity in a more general sense, but are we becoming more productive as a society, at least in this context?
Well, I think in this business world, it's becoming more important that we be productive. Unfortunately, you know, we were told that this was going to be the paperless age. The latest study shows that by the year 2005, there will be 50% more paper in offices than there was in 1995. And unfortunately, we've never taught people how to deal with this issue, and so that's what our company focuses on.
Barbara, clearly you are in a growth industry. Finally, how much do companies have to pay for these services that you provide?
Well, it depends entirely upon the situation. We're very customized. It can range from a few $100s to many thousands of dollars, depending upon what the company needs over what period of time. The issue is that the ability of any employee to accomplish any task is directly related to their ability to find the right thing at the right time. And we offer a service called the Productivity Quick Start, in which we guarantee a 10% increase in that ability, and if they don't get it, they don't have to pay.
Barbara Hemphill, thank you very much for your advice on neatening our desks in our lives.
But we're going to welcome in Barbara Hemphill, who has been organizing, has her own organizing company where she helps Fortune 500 companies as well as individuals alike to actually organize their lives and to get themselves back in style. 20 years she's been doing this, and along with your value, you're also going to get a special bonus that is not included in the price of the value. You're also going to get her brand new book, Taming the Paper Tiger, at home. But let's welcome in Barbara Hemphill. Nice to have you with us.
Nice to be here, Kathy.
What a great organizational system
Oh,
this
I am so excited about this. In 25 years, this is the neatest product that I've ever worked with because it allows people to organize in the way they want to.
Yes.
I was born, I'm a musician, and organizing is one of the things that people think you have to do it a certain way. Not here. The book that this is based on is called Love It or Lose It, Living Clutter-Free Forever, and there's 5 steps in it. Design your vision, eliminate your excuses, commit your time, select your tools, and maintain your success. The common word in there is your, and this is a tool that allows you to do it in your way.
Look at this. First of all, it's a patented design, so watch how this just pops out. You can go right through, and all the little tabs are included, you know, from pet documents, from records to keep.
Everyone's different. You know,
right.
Every kit allows you to have, each kit has its own labels for the particular kit that's in it. This one has a book in it, which is 25 years worth of experience about how you organize a particular aspect of your life. This one's called the Annual Organizing Kit, so it's perfect for taxes. We're getting ready to deal with taxes. Think how exciting it would be to go into your accountant this year, and instead of having this big pile, you walk in and say, here it is.
They'll also charge you a lot less too, because the more organized that you have it and the more that you have your records together, the better the value that you have. That's why I'm actually purchasing 5 of these, not only for this year, but also for years to come. But I'm going to use one that I'm going to do for each one of my children. They're at a great stage. How many times do you walk in and you're trying to think, where's my child's Social Security? Where's their passport? Where's this? Where's their birth certificate? You can now completely organize this in the system, but look at what you're going to be receiving, because first of all, you're going to get this beautiful embossed, it's more of a folio, and what you see right down here, you're going to actually get a number of these that you can take: annual kit, legacy, identity, children's kit, connection, memorabilia, easy access, stationery, invoices, everything. You can take and you can label that. It's beautifully embossed foil in a lavender foil. And then as this just pops open, right like this, it is a patented design that every single time it just pops out, you pull, and you can view. So you can see everything, but you can also go through individually and you can write notes on those. So you can compare actually page to page right along with this. So not only is it beautiful, but it's also incredibly functional, pops back every single time. And then you also have over here on the one side a perfect place for you to keep everything that you need. It's where you can keep, I would say what I would do is, before, if I'm paying all of my bills, I can put all the bills and the receipts and everything right inside of here, and then whenever I get time, if I get a free moment, then I can go through and organize it. But if we keep organized throughout the year, it's really going to be great. But imagine these all lined up, all up in a bookshelf. Each year, having those taxes all completely organized.
Well, one of the reasons this works so well, Kathy, is that, you know, a lot of times when we look at organizing, my clients say, oh, you know, organizing is such a big job and I can't get started. And here's a good way where you can pick a certain area. Because I've been organizing for 25 years, my life is pretty well organized, so many of the things that people struggle with, I already had done. So when I got this kit, I thought, well, now how can this be used? How can I use it? Well, my mother-in-law died recently, and she owned a lot of property. And one of the things that came was all these piles of paper, you know, the
things
legal
that probably
papers.
Look like this that you have over here.
Exactly.
All these just layers and
and
piles
look how often there is something ugly like this. Well, now I put them all in here, so every piece of property is in here. So if any of the children want to know what's going on, or if we need to talk to the lawyer, and everything is all together.
Look how nice that is. So she has all the attorney-at-law stuff over on this side, all the bills that need to be paid, bank information, dreams and directions. I mean, all of that's completely organized, all here within the system. So even somebody who is incredibly organized can also use this. But it's that time of year, and we were just talking about it because I really started my New Year's resolution with working out, but another one that I had was just getting my life in order and getting my life organized. But that's everything from my children to my parents. How many of you care for your parents? And they have different things, like your mother-in-law had pieces of property.
Well, you mentioned something here too. I think, Kathy, you know, I mean, true confessions time, right? How many people in January said, okay, this is the year I'm going to get organized? And here we are at the end of February, and it's like, oh, I didn't do it again.
We know tax season's 6 weeks away.
It's not too late. Now it's time to do it. And by having kits to organize different areas of your life, another area that a lot of us are dealing with are parents who are aging. And this is a great place to put, you know, the power of attorney and the wills and the medical things, so that if you do have to take a parent to a hospital or something like that, you can carry this with you, and it looks so nice and so impressive. And you know what's interesting is, when you are well organized, people treat you better because it looks like you have your act together, and they have confidence that you're going to keep track of what's going on, and I think you get better service. And you know, one of the other issues I think here that's really important, you know, there's so many things in life now that we cannot control. I do a lot of public speaking, and one of my most popular topics is organized living in a disorganized world. It's about controlling the things you can. And this is a tool that it gives you such a good feeling when you need to find information, you can instantly find what it is that you need.
And you know what else too? I want to let you know, because I think this is really important, because she is not only have you had a successful organizational system, but you've also written numerous books on organizing, and this is your survival guide for life. This is included in here as an extra bonus, and it's a $15 value that we're including in here today in the value at no extra cost. I mean, coupon coordination, message mania. I mean,
it tells you every
scrapbooking
how
is
long.
in
The
here.
reason I wrote this was people asked me the question, how long do you keep bank statements? How long do you keep credit card receipts? How long do you keep insurance policies? And it gives you every information you need to know about that.
I know. My husband's always wanting to throw away bills. I'm like, honey, no, it's 7 years. You got to keep them forever. But how nice would it be that every single time, like my husband said, where are our tax returns from 3 years ago? Well, 3 years ago, I wasn't very organized. Last year was the first year I got organized.
Well, now
but
you
I
have the
used
kit for every year.
Something like this is what I used. And let me just show you something, because this one's not torn apart, and I'm not going to tear it apart. Mine along the sides, all of these things are pulled off and popped off from the sides, because this is a paper organizer. This is a beautiful hardbound folio is what you're getting. So imagine this, just right up on the counter. This is something that I would leave just to even out, because you can see New View by Hemphill Gallery, and here it says Connection on this one. But all of these different labels, this could be a scrapbook for you, even if you want to start getting everything in order for all of your scrapbooking needs as well. That's another thing, because why don't we do our scrapbooking? It's because we're overwhelmed.
Right,
we have all the
exactly.
pictures sitting in a box. Well, even if you wanted to do this, there are 12 different folios on the inside of this, so you can easily take, and you could do, the first one could be January, February, March, so you can do it by month, or you can actually do it by individual tasks that you're going to have. But this is what I loved about it. Not only does it fold out like this, you can also fold individual pages. So you can go through them all individually if you need to do that as well. And then it just pops back in here every single time, completely organized. So.
You know, one of the things is that so many of the things related to paper are so difficult and frustrating to do. And then when you try to do them with something that's ugly, you know, an old binder or a folder or something, here's something that's beautiful. And so it makes a task, which, let's face it, it's not all that much fun, a whole lot more pleasant.
I agree. And you can customize it the way that you need to do it. I definitely want to recommend that you pick up more than one of these. Only the first 1,000 are going to come with the Taming the Paper Tiger at Home. I will tell you, right now we have about 600 of those left to go around, and then they will be gone. But it's the annual organizing kit for the year, and it tells you how to do that. All the fun for under $100, highlights from the past decade, how to do that, family focus, your ideal life, how to get things in order, credit records, bills paid. If you find that you're actually in debt, what you'll find is by organizing, you can actually get yourself in a much better state. Just realizing what you spend on a monthly basis on frivolous things. If you wanted to use this for diet records, you could do it. I'm going to put one for each of my kids because they just have so many great things and all these great papers that they bring home. And what am I doing? I'm putting in this huge box. There's no organization to it. They're going to get damaged over the years. This way I can keep them safe and secure.
Well, Kathy, a lot of people say, you know, this is the book that this is based on, Love It or Lose It, which we also have available today, too.
Great.
And we talk in here about the clutter trap. And the clutter trap is a state of accumulative disorder that affects your spiritual, your financial, your emotional, and your physical life. You know, when your physical things are disorganized, you are disorganized. And this is a tool that allows you to organize all the different parts of your life piece by piece so that you keep getting better and better every day. And that's what it's about. It's about progress.
And what about if you're building a home? Maybe you're thinking, you know what, I want to get out there, I want to build a home, getting involved in the development, the different stages. When things were promised to you, how many times does somebody say, hey, that'll be done in February? And then lo and behold, one of the things that you can do just by organizing and saying, you know what, if it's not done in February, by the end of February, what kind of a discount am I going to receive? Get them to sign it off on a piece of paper, put it inside of the file folder, and you say, hey, you know what, my bathroom tile's still not completed, you now owe me a 10% discount. Things like that that will end up really saving you a huge fortune in the future. Plus at $29.95, this is going to be ideal for anybody who's looking for a great way, particularly for the taxes. And some of you might be saying, hey, well, I already did mine. Well, you're starting on next year already, right? We've had January, we've had February. why not get that organized completely? You can do it by month,
Absolutely.
or you can actually take and you can do it. I love it. I'm getting one for next year, one for this year, 2 for my kids, and I figured if I could think of 4 immediately, I may as well get a 5th one, because I know somewhere along the lines I'm going to come up with another idea. So.
Well, I think a lot of the value here, which we don't want to underestimate, is how much, there's 25 years of intellectual property in here. I have worked with thousands of people, and these are things that really work.
It's outstanding. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Happy to have you here.
All right, we do want to let you know, stay online for it. We are already well over 500 now gone. We have another few hundred of you dialing through, so stay online. We'll be able to get yours, but make sure you get more than one of these. I think you're going to be really well pleased with it.
I decided to do something about it, so my wife Cindy and I called on organizational experts Barbara Hemphill and Gloria Fritz-Fontana for some help.
What we want to create here, and I believe what every household needs, is what I call a home office for the business of life.
You want to really see a cool drawer? This is the drawer, the disaster drawer. It's just everything. You name it, it's thrown in there.
Well, clutters postpone decisions, and so one of the issues we're going to decide here is what do we need to keep.
I don't know what to do with pictures. I have pictures everywhere. Every home that I go into has lots of pictures, so I always get a larger organizing box for photos.
This is kind of my cubby hole from Hades, I call it. It's a mess.
Well, this lends itself well to creating one of these for each member of the family. So it could be where phone messages are put, where you drop off your keys and things like that.
This is a problem area. It's the island in the kitchen, and it seems like everything migrates here.
This is a report card file. Is it for one of your children? Yes. My suggestion here is to have a box that's for that particular child.
It's kind of crowded over here. I mean, let's take a look. We have our pottery collection up there, as you can see, and we love that. I've always wanted to open it up and let everybody see it a little bit better. But then over here we have all of these old folders and things, and I bet we could throw half of that stuff away, if not more.
This is prime real estate, and so the question is, does it need to be kept here?
Cub Scouts. How long has it been since William was in Cub Scouts? And why do we still have this folder?
What we're actually doing here is sorting everything.
This is something I'll probably read and probably, you can toss it out.
Okay, very good, Bill. We haven't cleaned this out in a while. Cindy, I know I didn't see you go into the trash can.
Cindy is more of a, shall we say, a pack rat than I am.
He'll be looking for something later.
Barbara, I'm worried. This doesn't look like it's helping. I mean, we've taken all this stuff over here, and then it's like all over the kitchen now. Are we going to be able to fix this?
In every organizing process, things get worse before they get better. Gloria Fritz-Fontana and I will work on this together. We think this is a 4-hour job to do this whole thing, get a system completely in place.
And on Wednesday morning of this week, we will show you the transformation in our kitchen.
I can't wait to see.
Well, get ready for an amazing makeover. Home Sweet Home is a prettier place this morning.
Stuck in with all the clutter. So
if you were watching Monday, you saw the mess. Kitchen drawers clogged with clutter, the island area, a magnet for most anything, cabinets crammed with cookbooks and dusty files. Organizational experts Barbara Hemphill and Gloria Fritz-Fontana analyzed the situation and went to work. Cindy and I thought we had a space problem. Turns out we really didn't.
We threw away 2 garbage bags full of old things that you were comfortable getting rid of.
In less than 4 hours, our kitchen is transformed.
I think it looks wonderful. I'm really pleased with how everything looks so organized now, and I can find stuff.
This one happens to be the inbox. That's your mail. This is our file or update box. Do you like these? Are they working for you?
Yeah. The inbox I love because I can take everything that comes in and just put it in there.
If the island gets full again and people are coming in unexpectedly, we can pick that up, put it in here, knowing that it needs to be sorted, and we have a system for where it needs to go and channel that.
That's exactly right.
So, all right.
Okay, great.
Barbara also installed her Paper Tiger software on our computer. It makes it easy to track reference files stored in a portable container. We also have a new Go file for every day of the month and every month of the year.
I panicked at first because I was looking for something for camp,
And it was like, oh, I got to pay that today. Where is it? Is it in June? No. Oh, it's in the day it's supposed to be.
What do you think? I mean, it was pretty bad.
I think it was pretty typical. I mean, when you're running to soccer games and to catch an airplane and you're home from work and you got to fix supper, things are going to get messy. But if you've got company coming or you're just tired of looking at the mess, this is a reset button. And you can say, everything does have a place.
One added benefit of this cleanup is I found the cufflinks that I've been looking for months. Barbara Hemphill has put together a list of 18 time-saving tips for getting organized at home. You can find that list by going to WREL.com and clicking on web links.
What an improvement. How's it still working out?
Great.
Yeah?
So far.
Looks good. I'm
Because
wondering
we're trying real hard.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what kind of cake you had going on there on the counter and why we didn't get any.
Cindy makes a mean pound cake.
Does
I'll tell you
she?
what, yeah.
Bring some in.